Вот последние несколько лет Астанинский экономический форум стал такой площадкой, где обсуждаются актуальные социально-экономические вопросы именно на международном уровне. Согласны ли вы с этим и насколько эффективна эта площадка?
Over the last years, Astana Economic Forum has become a platform for discussing current economical and social issues on the international level. How would you evaluate the effectiveness of this platform?
The Astana Economic Forum is an extremely valuable tool to make sure the public sector, the private sector, civil society come together to discuss topics that require their participation in order to be addressed. I consider this forum extremely valuable. I consider it extremely useful. It's important that this dialogue remains open so that we can build consensus around solutions to challenges that face our planet, whether it's on climate change, whether it's on diversification, whether it's on strengthening our economies, whether it's on job creation, whether it's on interreligious dialogues, on all these things, to name a few. The Astana Economic Forum is extremely valuable.
Какие наиболее актуальные вопросы вас волнуют и с какими вы приехали, которые нужно осветить именно на форуме?
Are there any current issues that you would like to raise here at the forum or would like to hear being discussed?
I bring with me a theme that I have discovered is very high on the forum's list, which is creating jobs for the youth, creating jobs for women, in particular boosting small and medium enterprises. We all know that a big part of our economies are made of small and medium businesses. They hold the key to the millions of jobs we need to create in the coming years, and I find the topic of SMEs to be high on the forum's agenda, which is, from where I sit, extremely important, because we need to find good policies to support small businesses take a more active role in our economies.
Есть ли у вас какие-то предложения, рекомендации именно по части организации форума, чтобы, к примеру, сделать его более лучше? Либо какие-то вот именно по содержанию форума?
Do you have any suggestions or recommendations on the organization part of the forum as well as the content that it covers?
On the organization, keep this good mix between big gatherings and smaller gatherings. I think it's important to have the smaller, more intimate discussions happening. Also keep this right balance between lots of big players and lots of smaller players. It's important to have around the table Russia and China and Singapore and Germany, but it's equally important to have around the table Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, and many other smaller players that are well represented here. Keep also very high the balance between men and women. I see a lot of presence of women in this forum, and I think this is good because women will bring with them the specific issues that, in particular, women economic empowerment requires to be addressed.
Вот вы сами участвуете в конференции в рамках форума или Всемирной антикризисной конференции?
Have you or will you take part in the World Anti-Crisis Conference that is being held in the frames of the forum?
Yes, I will take place in the World Anti-Crisis Conference. I will be participating in the Leaders' Dialogues. It's a great opportunity also not just to discuss, but also to come up with very specific recommendations as to what we could all do together. I belong to the family of the United Nations. There is a fair amount that can be done by members of the family of the United Nations. There is other things that individual governments will have to do, and there is a big part for the private sector to play. So I like the idea that we sit around the table, we discuss, but then we come out with concrete suggestions that need to be followed up in the future.
Как вы оцениваете инициативу по созданию онлайн-площадки для обсуждения G-Global? И как вы думаете, насколько будет она работать и насколько будут мнения, обсуждения эффективны для принятия каких-то глобальных решений?
How would you evaluate the initiative to create the virtual platform G-Global for discussing current economic and social issues, and how effective do you think it can be?
It is extremely effective because it allows us to gather the views of the many million that are not sitting around the table in Astana during the 3 days that this forum lasts. It is extremely valuable because it makes sure that those that have no voice or those that have little voices, their views are also taken into account. I think the idea of a virtual platform is a very important one. It's about using technology to give voice to everybody. It allows for greater diversity, and it allows for making sure that we don't leave any stone unturned when we are trying to find solutions to global issues.
Какие ваши общие впечатления вот за эти дни форума, и если будет у вас возможность, приедете ли вы снова на этот форум поучаствовать?
What is your overall impression of the first 2 days of the forum? And if there is an opportunity, would you consider coming and visiting the forum again next year?
Well, so far so good. I've been here for 1 day, and the forum has provided in this 1 day that I've been here with lots of good ideas, good interactions. Certainly, if my next day continues like this, I will have a big incentive to come again to the Astana Forum next year.
Спасибо большое.
Спасибо, пожалуйста.